Welcome to the Young Decent Podcast. I'm your boy Young Decent. Today's title of the episode is called The Importance of Gathering. But before we get into that, I always like to go into some sports. I always like to go into some sports. So today I want to talk about the All-Star game. All right, first of all, what the heck is going on with the All-Star game, okay? All my sports people out there, I know that you can relate. I'm talking about the NBA All-Star game. It's a sad day in history, and do not send me no hate mail, but it's a sad day in history where the highlight of All-Star weekend, including the All-Star game, is Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu three-point shootout. That was the highlight, not the slam dunk contest, not the NBA All-Star game, but the three-point shootout with Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. Now, that's not hate or shade on that, but the highlight is supposed to be the game, slam dunk contest, traditionally. That has changed, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a little bit of a problem because I barely watched that weekend, and I'm pretty sure viewership is going down. Anyway, if they want to make it all about sales and just star power, then the quality of the game is going to go down. For instance, I was watching the All-Star game when it was like Kobe, LeBron, Iverson. I'm talking about all the old players. And there was a level of competitiveness that was very present. Like they wanted to win. They didn't want to just show off their moves. They wanted to win. So when you remove the competitiveness from anything, it just makes it just like like a like one of those boxing matches where the boxers aren't really fighting, like a charity event, and the boxers are, but it becomes something like that, and that's kind of corny. So, all right, I guess I'm going to switch topics now. I don't like it, but y'all write me in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Let's talk about the quality of TV shows. The quality of TV shows versus the new ones today. So let me give you a couple of mine. Mine would be Cosby Show, quality, Good Times. That's just for example, and these are shows that I still come back to today and watch, and it's been 30, 40, maybe even 50 years later. Okay, now listen, Tyler Perry came close with The House of Pain, but there's always been something missing with that. There's always been something missing. I don't think that show really hit the mark. Like, the acting is a little goofy. Now listen, Tyler, if you see this, you my man, and I still will take a job, but I just gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So I would beg to make the point that those shows like the Cosby Show, Family Matters, Full House, Saved by the Bell, there were some other shows, but I forget right now. But what I'm trying to say is that it takes a certain heart posture to create these certain shows. Now, me as a filmmaker, I want to bring these family shows back. If we look today, we don't have many family shows out, like something that ranges. It's like range, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can sit at the table. It's either all the way with nothing but X-rated content, foul language, bad storytelling, things aren't really going any place, because guess what? People are now creating content just for the views and sales. Okay, that's not old news. That's not anything new. That's old news, but it has to be said. In other words, the industry has become about people who are only about the bag when creating their art. In the same way, a prostitute has sales, but does that make her successful? There's no judgment here, folks. But there's always going to be a standard, you know? And if you're not hitting that standard, does that make you successful just because you got money, right? Off of your art. Now, I plan to bring back shows like The Jeffersons, Family Matters, Full House, My Wife and Kids. Now, My Wife and Kids, it might have went off the air somewhere around like 2003 or something. So that's like over 20 years ago. So I beg the question, where are these shows? Has anybody seen them? Are they over your shoulder? Where are they? That begs the question, if you do not see them, then somebody has to create them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I take the mantle, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to create these shows. On to the topic of the day, which is the importance of gathering, right? So, gathering is very important. What I mean is, you can create alone, but at some point, gathering or just showing up, being around other creatives, being around other people, that matters. I'm living in Atlanta right now, and there's a group called Atlanta Creatives, and a friend of mine told me about this group, and it's been a real blessing to me, because just the importance of showing up and gathering, you come and you get to meet other people like yourself, and you get to, network and empower each other in that way. I had a chance to go back to New York about 2 weeks ago or something like that. I was there for like 10 days. And my brother and I, we've been doing music since I was probably like 17, 18 years old. And, as life goes on, the gathering kind of slows down. But when we came together, I came through for the studio session. The studio session led to a video shoot. The video shoot led to other conversations, just because we gathered, right? Now, we have phone calls, FaceTime, all that, blah, 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 blah. But showing up in the room, it just does something. Now, listen, I'm gonna drop some jewels here, okay? Let's compare gathering to the church. In the church, when you gather, by showing up and not staying home, there's encouragement, there's healing, there's prophetic gifts, there's all type of things operating, right? In the same way, as creative people, there are a lot of gifts operating and ideas. The strengths that I don't have, someone else has. When we gather, all of the gifts are kind of like superheroes, X-Men, or the Avengers, right? They are pretty powerful alone. Like, let's say, for example, me, back up. Let's say, for example, who do I like? Wolverine. Wolverine by himself is very powerful. Wolverine can get pretty much beat down, and his body has the ability to heal itself. He has these claws, right? He's pretty powerful by himself. But Wolverine, and let's put Wolverine with the woman with the I forgot her name. Dang. J- um, ah, the lady with the brain power, and she can get in your mind and stuff like that. But since I can't, let's just say Wolverine and Professor X. Oh, snap. Now you got these different powers operating at the same time. So they're pretty powerful alone, but when the gifts come together, they are almost unstoppable. Listen, when myself and my two brothers, when we come together, we're unstoppable. All the gifts are operating at the same time. I mean, I sit back and marvel. So we gotta get back to that too. There will always be people are writing me. Today's my birthday, by the way, folks. Happy birthday to me. Go, Danny. It's my birthday. Go, Danny. Okay. Happy birthday to me. You can drop it in the comments. Send something to my Cash App, my PayPal, Vimeo. Well, I don't have Vimeo. Anything you want to send. I'm just joking. But listen, when you gather, there will always be spontaneous, inspirational empowerments that energize and rejuvenate the creative mind. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those were my words as I sat down and meditated on what I was going to speak. I said spontaneous, inspirational empowerments that energize and rejuvenate a creative mind. That is true, ladies and gentlemen. That's true. The power of gathering. There are things, ideas that just start popping up just by coming in the room together. You came into the room to talk about pancakes and biscuits. We left the room talking about $1 million business. The power of gathering, ladies and gentlemen. It's important for family to gather, friends to gather, business partners to gather. It's just something about being in a room together that's very, very powerful. Now, listen, today's episode is basically done, but I have one more point to make. It's about the power of gathering, but it's also about the power in support and getting behind your comrades, getting behind your fellow peers. It's something about that, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to go into it right now. I do not like the state of the artist support system in my city, New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Bronx, Staten, wherever you at. I do not like it. I am now speaking up against it, okay? I'm from New York, and it seems like everyone wants to shine. It seems like everyone wants to drop their album, have their clicks and likes and subscribers and all that. But what if we decided to come together as a community? Because everyone is clawing to the top. And what are we really clawing for? What are we striving for? What are we trying to get? So listen, what if we decided to come together as a community of peers and local artists? Because you have the gatekeepers, the people that don't want to let you in the door. I'm going to use an old school word. I did a butter skit called The Gatekeeper. Check my YouTube channel for that. And what if artists come together, local artists, the peers, the community, what if we came together to push out one artist? This is my idea. Let me put my hood on for this. Let me slouch a little bit. This is my idea that brings this is a foolproof plan, but it takes a certain heart. It takes a certain heart to go through with this, right? We come together and have some sort of union with the artists. let's say the singer songwriter, it'll all be split. The singer songwriter, rapper, producer union. We started. Everyone put $5 up. Let's say we got 20 people, right? Everybody put $5 up for the union. This is just an example. And the agreement is that we push that one artist for a certain amount of time. What if we could agree to do that for one person for a season, right? Rather than everyone clawing at the top. Hear me out here. I think it could become like the Harriet Tubman effect. What is that? Well, you make it or you get to a certain status and you start coming back for people. Harriet Tubman did it. If we're talking about back then in the slavery days, Harriet Tubman did it. Well, could that blueprint work again? Could that formula work again if people start coming back for people and not leaving people behind? What are we doing? You just make it, sit on the couch with catfish and candy yams, and it's all about you? No, man. It's not all about you. It's not all about me. So that's my heart, man. I want to come back for people. I'm not saying that everybody can go where you're going. What I'm saying is provide opportunities. Provide opportunities. I don't like this competitive thing I see happening in my city, where everyone wants to be the man. At this point in my life, I don't care. Okay? It's about, you create your art, but at the end of the day, when you get to where you gotta go, are you gonna remember people? Huh? All right, the power of gathering. I'm your boy, Young Decent. I'm so glad I sat down to have this discussion. Let's not forget people, man. Let's not forget the homeless. Let's not forget people that may not be able to help themselves or just need a motivational word or something. I don't know. Like, let's just be conscious of it's not all about me. Word. So I'm your boy, Young Decent, with the Young Decent podcast. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming to join me. Shout out to my city, Brooklyn, baby. Shout out to all the creatives in the world. Please keep creating and inspiring other people, and we need each other. I believe that more than I've ever believed that before. People need people. People are connected to your destiny. Find those people. I'm on my journey. And man, I ain't got no hate. I ain't got no bitterness. I ain't got no resentment. I ain't got none of that. People have done me wrong. People have really played me, dissed me, ghosted me, all that. And I ain't holding that against nobody. I'm still going to help people. I don't care. I'm not going to allow what other people do affect how I treat people. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to be consistent. Young Decent Podcast. I gotta actually watch this back myself, because I was like, this seems a little different than anything I've ever done. But change that NBA All-Star game. Bring back the competitiveness. Bring back the quality in our TV shows. It takes heart posture, and don't forget the importance of gathering. You gotta gather. You gotta come together. All right. I love y'all. Today's my birthday. And I guess I'm gonna go and just enjoy my day. Peace and blessings from Atlanta. And trying to see if there's anything else I was supposed to say. I guess that's it. I'm your boy, Young Decent. Peace.